Besley walks up next to you, Rothgar, and wants to know the frequency in which you defecate and how it looks.
I ignore him, and I cast False Life on myself to give me some temporary hit points.
Okay. He's concerned you're not getting enough fiber in your diet.
I do all right. Make a chart or...
Add it to my notes. Besley is way too personal in his questions, asking Rothgar about his bowel movements.
All right, so if we want to start, if anybody can give me a recap, I would appreciate it. Or I'll just try to recap it myself.
Yeah, I can. We were at the Angry Cactus Diner. We sent Moonflower in to confront Beckbar all on his own. And there he found a mind flayer who was kind of sort of pretending maybe to be Beckbar. It was a little unclear to me what the mind flayer's plan was. But he had some purple makeup on his arm, suggesting he might be Purple Beckbar. It turned out this whole thing was a trap. Beckbar had left a while ago, and the whole Angry Cactus Diner.
When you say Beckbar, you mean the fake Beckbar, right?
Fake? Purple Beckbar. We thought he was fake, but later on...
Oh, he's from like another dimension or something?
Yeah, later on, Steve suggested that he might actually just be an alternate Beckbar from a different universe.
Right.
So we busted in as the mind flayers closed in around us. They started descending through the roof. There were lots and lots of mind flayers to fight. Bullwrench got stunned. I remember that. They were hitting a lot of us a lot of the time, but we managed to kill them off. Moonflower ate the brain of the boss of the mind flayers. There was a wind wall cast by an amateur magician that got completely out of hand and that seemed to be consuming the whole plane that we were on. So we used the box of calico to barely escape after the box of calico was nearly ripped out of our hands and lost to the whirlwind. We then appeared in what was the arena, and we saw two dwarves who were organizing the arena rubble and sharing drinks as they did it. So we also saw two other figures that turned out to be Zombie Princess and Zombie Theria, who were also carrying debris around. Their boss, as it turned out, was James Lighthouse II, who we came upon arguing with Steve the Traveler, although we never really figured out what they were arguing about. James was collecting stone to build my stronghold that I won as a settlement of my lawsuit against the town of Labyrinth. As a result of their trying to kill me because that place was a death trap. Steve was there just looking for the coin-op portal machine that Everett had made because he wanted to use that to destroy the Everett room, the nipple room in the Grand Monastery Athenaeum. I had to re-explain my whole mishap about maybe misplacing my duplicate on this plane to Steve because he didn't really remember that. But we also mentioned to him that we had now completely lost the trail of Purple Beckbar because we had no idea where he went after the Angry Cactus Diner. We're probably not going back there anytime soon. So that's when Steve confirmed that Purple Beckbar might be an alternate version of our Beckbar, and that Muju Jamai was the one who destroyed the city of Calico, not the giant Godzilla monster. And that's where we figured out that the Moonlit King was looking for Theria. We then went, Steve then took us all back to where my stronghold was being built. The flying top ship pulled up with the judge in it and now abdicated former King Paris, who explained to us that the old lady, who we thought had been killed in Calico, had been killed by Lard, the nephew to the governor of Calico, and the old lady's body fell into darkness and was never recovered. So the question then came up of, could Lard be trusted? And I said, of course he could. That's, I think, about where we left off. We were planning the whole time to maybe go and look for Karl imprisoned on the Astral Plane, and the king or former king and judge agreed that that was also a pretty good goal to pursue. Might be a boon.
My cat's attacking my microphone.
Okay.
So are we back in our universe or plane of existence?
Yes. Yeah, you are at Sully's keep that is being built.
And none of the duplicates are here, so the universe is not collapsing in on itself?
As
yet.
far as you know, no.
Okay.
We were also informed that before anything like that happens, we'll get a letter.
Some sort of warning will come.
That the universe is collapsing.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a duplicate and it needs to be sorted.
Okay, so we have a certain amount of time if that happens. It's not going to like happen immediately.
It would seem so.
I think so. I think Demise lawyer will send us something.
Okay.
Yeah, the spinning tornado, we believe now was not that world just destroying itself. That was New Jamai.
Oh, okay. That was not the Langoliers.
Right. Just an angry god.
So I did want to, before Paris and the judge, I don't know where they're going to next, but if they're getting ready to leave, I did want to ask, now that there's like a committee is in charge of everything, now that the king's not king anymore, who do we talk to about getting rewarded for all this work we've been doing? Because ordinarily I would talk to you, Paris, but if you're not king anymore.
Is he still here with us?
Yeah. He says that there are funds that he has in reserve and that he can pay you a certain amount or something for what you have done. So shouldn't be a problem.
And then we did sort of assume that Theria might want to talk to Paris and that was just going to happen this session.
Yeah, I guess we lost Dustin.
Damn it.
So, if the king's there, Paris, or the former king, is there anything else that you wanted me to take care of? I mean, I guess we're still tracking down Purple Beckbar, and the old lady's still alive, right?
Yes.
So, I'm assuming those are the tasks ahead of us at this point. Is there anything else that you need me to do?
Just be aware that just be aware that the Lich Queen and Ultar are still active in the Northern Lands. And our concern is that they will form their armies and eventually attack. They believe there's a lot of the kingdoms here obviously celebrated when Beckbar was killed and believed that he was responsible for the hostilities. He was the driving force. And now that he is gone, that they have sort of believed that there is peace in our time, so that they won't be an issue. As long as they stay over, in the Northern Lands, separated by the Abyss, it shouldn't be a problem. But it is my belief that they believe that they're going to come here eventually, and we can't just let them sit idly.
So wasn't Beckbar actively warring with the Lich Queen and Ultar?
Yes, they did not like each other.
So with Beckbar out of the way, I mean, it seems to me that they weren't just fighting against Beckbar, but they were actively working towards something.
Yes, they're actively fighting against him, and now that he is gone, they will consolidate, we believe, all his soldiers and armies into one. There won't be any divide anymore.
So this just gives them some time to mass their resources before they make whatever move that they are intending towards their ultimate goal.
Yes.
Who is to say that Beckbar's armies will join the Lich Queen and Ultar?
Well, they're bad guys, right?
That's right. I mean, there is a chance that they may divide or they may continue to work against him, but I don't see that happening.
What is the abyss, by the way? I mean, I remember we had to cross it, but like physically, what is it?
It's a large chasm that separates the known world and the northern lands.
No, so it's just an empty space. Is it like a missing piece of the plane? Like if I were to jump into the abyss,
You would fall a long time.
okay, but forever?
That's in debate.
Okay,
There is a bridge that spans it. The gnomes will tell you that it's bottomless and forever. Others will tell you that no, there is actually a bottom, and that's where the pylons and are sitting from the abyss. I mean, from the bridge. So
okay. So, Sully, what was your note about the plane? Were we planning on going to another plane or something, or what was the?
Yeah, we have no idea where Purple Backbar is, so there's no chasing him anywhere at this point. We were planning on going and rescuing Karl from the Astral Plane.
Yes, he has many questions that I need answered.
Let me call the ship first. Where is the ship? Is it here with us?
it's still in Kornberg.
Okay. How far is that from where we are?
Where are we, by the way? Where is my stronghold?
Crap, I don't have my map in front of me. It's let's see, Kornberg and your stronghold. It'd be like south west, probably a couple days away.
Okay. I'm going to call them and tell them to come and park the boat here.
Wait, we're in Kornberg right now?
No,
No.
you're like southwest of Kornberg.
So I'm going to have the ship come and park here.
Okay. All right.
Do
So
you
you've
actually
called-
have somebody actively working on this place, Sully?
Yeah, I got a whole team of dwarves.
Yep.
Can you have them build a like a nice hangar for the so we could, if we wanted to upgrade the ship, we could actually work on it with like winches and pulleys and stuff.
I was building a
In-
dock, not so much a hangar.
Yeah.
Doc's fine.
Yes, Sally, I will get them started right now on this hangar.
I write out a whole list of things for him to build.
Do
I'm expecting someone to say, "Do you know how expensive this is going to be? We can't build all this."
Well, we have a ton of money, dude.
Yeah, but no. We're not coming out of pocket for this. We are getting Labyrinth to pay for every bit of this.
Nice.
Yeah, you know that credit is very cheap here, so you should be fine.
And for some reason, it's like sitting on top of a mine, but they're still going to Calico to get all the stone.
Yeah,
When you
We
got a
love-
magic box, you use it.
we ran out of a few things.
I did want to search and find the valet.
Okay.
Tell me, what exactly happened in Gino? Because I talked to Jacques, and he's got all these delusions of grandeur about what went on.
All right, let me find my notes here. Oh yeah, you find the valet sitting behind one of the walls, enjoying a brewski, and he gets up. Sully, I was just taking a break. You want to know what? You want to know what happened?
Yeah.
It was amazing, incredible. I've never seen anything like it in all my years as a valet.
What did he do exactly?
Well, he disguised himself as a mind flayer because they had taken over this parts shop, and he snuck in, and we went around the side, and I peeked in the window, and I was looking, and he just kind of started darting around the room, like doing backflips and spinning around, and that's when somebody hit me in the head and I blacked out. And then when I woke up, they were all dead.
Because I heard that he was like inducted as an honorary member of the Thieves Guild and got the key to the city, and Matilda
Oh yeah.
did a hell of a job.
Oh yeah. I was there. Yeah. I was, it was a great after party. We played the Flip Cup Challenge. I mean, it must have been for hours. I think we lost, but I mean, it was kind of beside the point. Yeah, he got the key to the city, and Thieves Guild made him honorary member, and it was amazing. I don't know how he did it.
Well, wonders never cease. I guess he's not as useless as he seems. I'm just gonna leave you here to continue to work with him. So keep him on his toes. Occasionally, like sneak up behind him and try to attack him. Keep him sharp.
Yeah, I will.
So I will go back and inform everyone that apparently Shock is badass.
Probably.
Well, if his ultimate self was a powerful magic user, perhaps this one is not totally incompetent either.
Still don't.
Does anyone have any ideas on how we get to the astral plane?
I'm going to say what I always say. Nipple room?
I don't know if that'll get us there. That thing seems to just get us to alternate worlds, not different planes.
And we don't have any tracks to follow to where we need to go this time.
Well, that's true.
It's been a long time since I've returned home. I'm afraid I know a direct path there myself. This nipple room sounds to be the way.
Well, if we go back to Calico, maybe Steve could figure out how to get us there. He seemed interested in our rescuing Karl.
Yes, that makes sense. The nipple room, not so much though, because that just would transport us to an alternate reality, not necessarily to the astral plane. Unless the nipple room has other eddies that we're not aware of.
Perhaps you just have to go in the back door of the nipple room.
Oh, God damn it. Who is Karl again? I'm sorry, I can't remember.
He's one of the travelers.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he is the one that probably created, well, in some way created me, Soul Wrench,
Right, I thought there was a connection to you.
as well as Stoyanka.
We were once at the temple of Karl in the Underdark.
Oh, right. Did we actually meet Karl, though?
No.
We did. You didn't.
We did. That's true. We did, but it was not in the Underdark. He was that prisoner we rescued, chained to the wall. Actually, you might not have been there for that.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was flying around up top, or she.
Right. He might not have been there that week, but we did free him from his prison and then promptly allow him to be captured again.
Is he marked? Can we use the cape?
I don't.
No, he's not.
Yeah. And all of us using the cape is probably going to fail, but
to another plane, possibly into his cell.
Is there any kind far off ritual kind of sitting at the back of my mind that I might know that I could use to return one or more people to the astral plane?
Give me what is it charisma? Yours is spells are based off?
Yeah, charisma, but charisma and intelligence are kind of either or.
Okay. Whatever's higher, just give me a roll.
8.
You know of something similar to what Deathbringer was able to do, but trying to get everybody would be rather extraordinary.
Can I ask the king, Paris, if he has any ideas?
Yeah, he's not sure.
Is my husband here?
The Moonlit King?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of wandering around.
He's at your beck and call, man.
Does he have any ideas?
He says that he can bring the group there if that's what you require.
Nice.
What about getting out?
Well, hopefully we can still use the calico box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So is the Moonlit King just hanging around, or is he like only in theory his mind until he makes himself known?
No,
It's actually just a mustache I put on and speak in a different voice.
No, he's kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of moping around.
Gotcha. Curiously, Moonflower turns to Moonlit King. What power do you possess that could transport us all to the astral plane?
Well, there are powers of the Feywild I was born with.
Interesting. Just call these at home, or do they require some preparation?
Most of the time it will. Where do you wish to go into the astral plane?
Do you know Karl?
No. No.
Would you be able to possibly use Soul Wrench's essence to hone in on his creator, who's trapped in the astral plane?
I could try.
That's where we want to go.
Interesting. It has been a long time since Karl has worked on me directly, although I'm sure he has left his fingerprints somewhere in my being.
Okay.
Being here.
Dude, my cat is scratching the fuck out of my hand. This cat is insane.
Being your maker, the two of you will always have a link.
He kind of searches you over and comes to the conclusion that he is probably located in the only Gith city in the astral plane, and that he can get you outside the gates. You obviously need to find your way in.
Is your power any more specific? This city, that damn place, is hundreds of miles long. I don't want to sift through hundreds of miles of gift filth.
Well, maybe you could. I'm not sure what to do.
Do we have anything of Karl's that might help him focus in on where he is?
We got Soul Ranch. It's Karl.
Yeah.
Imperial Javelin.
Don't we also have Stoyaka's remains somewhere?
Well, I think that would be just as effective as using you, but
Yeah. I mean,
but
either way.
I have the ethereal javelin.
Oh, Karl made those weapons?
Yeah.
All right, I've
Mhm.
got a short sword as well.
Well, I can perform some ceremony incantation if you wish to donate them.
Well, does that mean that we're not going to get them back? Because I don't know what we're going to face. We might need them.
Well, if we find Karl, maybe he can make some more. Hey, you're rescued. Now make us some more weapons.
You're under our service now.
Don't worry. If you follow us, you'll never die because that's how the NPCs work around us. We've only lost one so far. Others we've given up. Like the old statue.
I'll give you my short sword.
Okay.
Rothgar, keep your javelin in case we need it.
Gladly.
Okay. So he takes the short sword and proceeds to go down into the mine. He says, "I must perform the ceremony in secret."
I think Roskar has 2 ethereal weapons. Oh well.
No, one of them broke.
No.
That's right. It did.
I rolled a 99 on my
Yeah.
quick.
Yep.
For
I still have my meatball sword anyway, so I can give this up for now.
Interestingly, that weapon was originally a dagger. The dagger of eternal wounding.
Okay.
I have it written down in my book.
Okay. All right. So he departs. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're waiting?
Get some more spells in this ring.
Yeah, we were going to rest before we go to the Astral Plane.
I emailed you some instructions for the shipbuilders for while we're gone.
Okay.
And what, Jock, because you were such a badass in Geno, you can make yourself a bedroom too in my castle.
Sally, I appreciate this very much. Since my home was destroyed in Calico, I have currently no place to stay.
So after about 2 hours, the Moonlit King returns. He says that he will transport you to the Astral Plane. There is a minister Rut, who is obviously one of the ministers in the Gith. He knows of Karl's location.
Is this minister willing to help us, or are we gonna is he a friend, or are we gonna have to figure out how to deal with that once we get there?
I'm not sure that he is a friend.
Okay.
But I will lead you to some...
is, by minister, do you mean somebody that is within government or some kind of religious order?
Well, they are one and the same.
Yeah, so that's what makes those bastards so.
I believe he works in the Conquest Spire.
And how are you affiliated with this minister?
Can you bring my horse with us, Belleroth?
I can, but I'm afraid of what may happen if you ride that horse around the Gith City.
All right.
Yeah, what about old tentacle face over here? Didn't you guys get kicked out of this place or something?
Yes. The Gith and the Illithid are the best.
Perhaps we should have
Uh,
find a way to
That brings up another point, because none of us are Gith or appear to be Gith, let alone myself or Moonflower. So
Well, I mean,
how would we travel through this city unmolested?
well, Sully, you still got your silver? You're muted.
Still muted.
I've got lots of silver bracelets, weapons, and tattoos.
Yeah. Maybe we can find a person who could disguise us. Somebody who's not us, because we're terrible at it.
The Moonlit King says that he will set you down near where one of Moonflower's kin is, and they should have some knowledge of the city, and maybe for some reason he is associated with this minister.
Forgive me, Moonflower, but how is it that a Gith and an Illithid would be working together?
If I had to guess, I'd say the Ithilid or Illithid is a servant of the, or perhaps a slave of the minister.
We are not slaves.
This one might be.
This one might be.
Was unable to even process the thought of his kin being a slave.
Do you not remember what you were when we found you?
That was a different me.
Weren't you lobotomized? And picking mushrooms for the Gith? Am I imagining that, or is that what happened? That is what happened, right?
That sounds good to me.
That's how I remember.
That is how we met you, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he was picking mushrooms for the master.
But the master was a Gith, wasn't it?
No, he was an Illithid that was being held captive.
Deathbringer.
Oh,
It was Deathbringer. The master was
Was the demon of nightmares and dreams.
yes.
but the Gith were in charge there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they were leading him around.
Yeah, this
I have
you may have blocked it out.
this. I do know that no mind flayer, no Illithid would ever willingly be a slave. Especially to Gith. The disgust is palpable within his voice. And so is that Jim Bean.
Oh boy.
but it will be good to see family again. And if perhaps if they are stuck in this detestable state, we can free them.
Indeed.
I wouldn't hold my breath about that, but yeah, sure, why not?
Moonlit King, what can you tell us about this Minister Rut? Other than the fact that he is a minister and works in the Conquest Spire. How is it that he may know Karl?
I believe that he has captured him somehow.
But Karl is a traveler. How? I mean, Karl has been in servitude for quite some time. But I guess that is a question that has been on my mind for quite some time. How is it that such a being as a traveler can be kept in captivity against its will?
I'm unsure how the travelers work, but apparently any creature in a weakened state can be made a subject.
As much as the travelers like to travel, they also seem to like to manipulate world events, and I'm not ready to say that this thing is being held against its will. It may want us to. It may be leading us around, but either way, I'm happy to go follow this where it leads.
Nothing better
You may
to
be
do.
right, Theria, but my experiences of Karl, he definitely would not be in the situation that he is had he any choice in the matter. But then again, perhaps I too have been fooled.
Yeah, you seem like
I'm not saying he's doing it necessarily for a bad reason. If that's what's happening, he may just need us to see something, or need us to do something, or want to lead us towards a greater end.
he seemed like a genuine prisoner beneath Tugnath when we first met him, and when he begged for help when the Gith woman bamfed out with him.
Yeah.
So rest and then go.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys get a full rest, and any last.
Just right quick. Yeah. Anybody want to throw out some more spells?
Yeah, I was going to cast another greater restoration on you and give you a shield.
Appreciated.
So where did we land on us getting into this Gith city unmolested? Was this with a combination of Sully's charm and silver, along with this compatriot of Moonflowers that works with the Minister Rut?
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right.
Bear in mind, until about 15 minutes ago, we had no idea how we were getting to the astral plane. We're not planners.
What do you mean? This sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just unaware of what they sound like.
We may not be planners, but
It's as much as of a plan that we can stick to. We try and plan anymore, it's going to go to shit. So we got a name. We got our goal. It's good enough for me.
Yep.
Do it.
I
So,
must say I am surprised with the number of times that we've gone into a situation unprepared and yet come out the victors. Hopefully that will last.
Matilda reminds you to, Rothgar, make sure you return with some smokes. I'm down to my last one.
I'm working on it.
She sounds more and more emphysemic every day.
So how many hit points do I get back from this restoration? I have 3 missing.
What, you're using another restoration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, roll a 6-sided die.
Come on, you fucker. A 2.
All right, you got 2 back.
Right.
It bothers me that we're both frontline fighters for the most part, and you have 3 times my hit points.
You have
Yep.
wings, man.
Rothgar can't fly.
Nor would he, had he the opportunity. Although perhaps opportunity would with the opportunity.
You never know.
All right, so you guys head out to the Astral Plane.
Yep.
The Moonlit King bamps you out. You arrive in the Astral Plane with the green skies kind of moving like the Aurora Borealis above you. There are strange pillars of black smoke that sort of spiral around you. And there are small little balls of light that are just kind of like floating like dust in the air. There's like a rolling kind of fog mist that's at your feet, so you really can't see what you're walking on.
We feel something solid beneath our feet, though.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
I try and take a step forward.
Yeah, you're.
So
Yeah, you're fine.
Which way is it to the city?
In the distance, you can see bright lights.
Do we see any other kind of dwellings or and the black pillars?
Okay. I sent you a message.
I look around and off in the distance, off the path, you can see what looks like a stone house.
Wait, there's a path?
In my head that there was some kind of path that we were on through this fog. There were like these orbs.
Yeah, you guys you aren't able to see the path he's talking about or this building.
We are or aren't?
You are not. You can't. You're unable to see it. It just looks like rolling fog and pillars of smoke.
I point the direction. Do you guys see the house over there?
I see nothing but fog.
I whisper to Rothgar, I think Monster Face is going crazy.
All right.
Is the Moonlit King with us?
No.
He just sent us here and ditched.
Soul Wrench is going to attempt to take wing and see if he can fly up above and see anything in the distance.
He did say something about invitations when he bamped you out.
I check my pockets.
I'm happy to follow Moonflower's lead.
It just appears that your senses are not yet attuned to this plane. That is not a problem. I can guide us. And I start walking towards the stone house.
Okay. It looks very much like the stone houses you have seen on the Astral Plane that were occupied by mind flayers.
Does Soul Wrench have any difficulty flying?
How high are you going to fly?
Probably about 60 feet, just high enough to kind of get a better vantage point and look for any potential threats on the horizon.
Okay. You get to about 30 feet and you continue to climb, but the ground doesn't change. You're like climbing, but it's still 30 feet.
Soul Wrench is thoroughly confused and tries to flap harder.
Just look up. You can do it.
Yeah, you guys look up. It looks like Soul Wrench is just levitating in one spot.
As long as
And
you're
now
not
he's
falling.
flapping really hard.
All right. Well, I do the best that I can in terms of seeing in the distance from 30 feet up.
Okay, yeah, it's the same. You just see the glow of some kind of lights in the distance, and the same, that fog and the lights, these tiny little like dust lights just floating around in the pillars of smoke.
All right. So I return to the group and I say, this place is very strange, but there doesn't seem to be anything around. At least nothing threatening at the moment.
Moonflower, I find this interesting. It seems the Astral Plane, my home, defense against outsiders. Perhaps you must be considered be considered an insider in order to properly experience this plane.
What do you mean by that, Moonflower?
The Astral Plane knows that you are not from here. Lets you access its secrets. Perhaps you must earn its trust in order to access its secrets.
How do we do that?
You speak as if this place is alive.
Is it not? Can you not feel it? Perhaps not. I have more to say on this matter.
Do we only see smoke around us? The rest of us don't see anything else but shapes
We
of
saw the lights of the city and the dark clouds of smoke.
Yep.
With every so often motes of light that seem to just kind of like glitter, seems like.
Okay, but we can't see the source of the lights?
No, you just see a lot of light in the distance, like, kind of like a city at night when you're seeing the lights from it, but can't make out anything.
Okay. And around us, there's just smoke.
Yeah, well, pillars of smoke that go into the air.
I mean, like, literally, like, right next to me, where it's just the ground is smoke. There's nothing else.
Yeah, it's just rolling along. Yep.
No living things other than us?
Not you can tell. You can't. No, it's pretty silent.
So we're standing next to the stone house, and I knock on the door, and I do the traditional call of my people.
The door opens, and it is a hunched over mind flayer. And he peeks his head out and looks at the group and then looks at you and says, "Are you in danger?"
Do we see any of that?
You see the mind flayer now and his home.
Oh, we can see the house now.
Yeah, it appears.
Where did that come from?
We are in no immediate danger. We have just arrived here, and we could use a friendly guide to help us to answer some of our questions about this place.
And he looks again to the group and looks at you. He's like, "Do you want me to subdue them and so we could eat their brains?"
Like, you fucking try it.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, I guess I wasn't using my inside voice."
Unlike most mortals, these ones are quite tolerable, and dare I say, somewhat enjoyable to be around. Not eat them.
Oh.
I don't think you would find what you're looking for in my skull, anyways.
You never know. I'm quite the scavenger. Well, come in. Don't stay out.
I walk in.
Okay. It's just a one-room stone little home with table, chairs. There is, you notice in the corner, like sweeping a shelf is a Gith, and he is wearing like a metal helmet, and he turns, his eyes look wide, and he runs over to you guys with his little duster and starts sweeping you off.
Sweeping us off?
Yeah, he's got a little brush. He's sweeping you off.
Yeah, the moment he gets close to me, I'll just kind of push him just gently away. Like, no thanks.
Rothgar, you can push him harder. He's a gift.
I consider that for a moment, and then I push him a little harder.
I'm confused.
Yeah. He lands on the ground and laughs, and then runs back at you full speed.
I thought we were going somewhere where the Gith were in charge.
But we're not in the city yet.
Yeah, we seem to be in the outlands of this place.
So Soul Wrench looks at Moonflower and says, "Do you know this Mind Flayer?"
I peer at the Mind Flayer. I respond. He seems. Yes, I cannot place his name. And then I asked, "Sir, what is your name? What are you called?"
I am Kubnaz.
Poopnaz.
I think we are related.
But
in some way, we are all related.
Are you of the Sheikah tribe?
At one point, I was. We all were. And the Gith runs at you, Rothgar, and like bounces off you, lands on the ground, laughs, gets up, and charges you again.
I pick him up, just over the head. I'll just hang on to him.
Okay. He starts like doing this like he's swimming.
I was gonna say face up. So
he's doing the back. He's doing the backstroke. Yeah.
Commend you for capturing this thing.
Oh, this is.
How long have you had it?
Oh, just a while. He's an outcast from the city.
I see.
They come here every once in a while.
It appears he likes his life. Based on his gestures towards Rothkar here. Wow.
I believe he belonged to a minister Rut. At least that's what I could discern from his memories.
Minister Rutt, that is an individual that we need to speak with.
Indeed.
What did you learn from this Minister Rut? Or about this Minister Rut?
Well, I learned that he is keeping some kind of special prisoner in where the Lich Queen used to reside, in the center of the city.
Is this minister a dangerous fellow? Amongst by gift standards.
Is he a what?
A dangerous person.
They are all dangerous. Maybe you could... And then he walks over and reaches up to the gift that you have in the air and pulls off the helmet, and you can see his skull is exposed. And he reaches his little tentacle in and pulls something out, looks like a piece of his brain, and hands it to you, Moonflower.
And I look at it like, ooh,
Snack.
hey, delicious. Then more like slurp it in. Only meant to be slurped.
And he places the... He goes to place the helmet back on and says, "Oh, how rude of me. Would any of you interested?"
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
We
It's
just
to
had,
die.
just had a big meal of elf brain.
And he puts the helmet back on.
So what did you learn, Moonflower?
Pretty much what he said, that this guy, this minister, has like has some kind of... I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a dungeon or some kind of prison. It's in the center of the city where the Lich Queen used to reside, and they have kind of turned it into a place for prisoners, or it's kept as a reminder of to those not to crawl across the Lich Queen.
I guess what I'm hoping that Moonflower can get at is this somebody that we are going to be able to barter with to get Karl free, or are we going to have to pry him out of that jail cell and get him out through force?
You're probably going to have to fight with him.
Yeah, since he's the jailer, I'm imagining he doesn't want to give up his prize for anything we'd be willing to give him.
Right.
Kubnaz.
I was just going to say, in my travels, I found most jailers to be fairly corrupt and corruptible.
Yeah.
But who knows with this guy?
Kubnaz explains that the dark robes are very competitive, are looking to be ministers, and the ministers are very competitive. Everyone is trying to get the upper hand. So they would fight if they thought they had an advantage.
These sound like
keep
drow.
whatever they had.
This answers a question I was going to ask, and that is there anybody we can turn against them? Are the dark robes also Gith?
Yes, they are. They are waiting to be selected as ministers.
I gotta adjust this guy to this over my shoulder so that I can drink.
Okay.
Who are folks? Sorry, my internet was acting up.
So I guess the question is, do we want to go in and try to start some sort of try to find an ally by suggesting that maybe one of the out of power Gith can become minister if we can steal this prisoner away, or just go in guns a-blazing, blast them out, and forget about alliances?
I guess that depends on how likely the Gith is to turn against one another in the face of such odds and against such individuals.
Who are these dark robes? I'm sorry, I cut out.
No, that's fine. They are just below minister, so they're always looking to get promoted to minister.
Is there a sense of how many dark robes there are per minister?
He says there's about 40 to 50 ministers and maybe 2,000 dark robes.
How is the succession determined from dark robe to minister?
He said it used to be from the Lich Queen, but now it's the council selects them.
Who is on this council? Is this council made up of wizards? What is the makeup of this?
As far as what? As far as their abilities?
Yes.
They are very powerful.
Expect to see in the council?
How do they get a seat?
Yes.
It's through tradition. They're usually some of the best warriors are seated at the council.
Oh, I think I have me a position lined up, huh?
Going along with Moonflower's question, if a position were to open amongst a minister, how would a black robe make their
Four.
Excuse me. That is strange. That's never happened. How would a black robe become a minister? Surely it's with so many waiting is not necessarily simply a matter of one immediately stepping into the role.
Well, it is dependent on how strong their organization is and how many glut robes they have with them.
Glut robes, are those a minion of some sort to the black robes?
Yes, they are below the dark robes.
So not only must the black robe be ready to transition, but must have appropriate support.
Yes, and he has to have proper knowledge, or at least have ideas or proposals for the council to consider. Namely, what planes or places that conquest can happen, where their next onslaught or outpost will be developed.
So it is not a simple matter of determining which black robe might be next in line and assisting them with taking out Minister Rutt.
Correct.
Where are the rest?
But take out the whole council too, but it just seems like a waste of time.
You don't know how big or influential the council is, Rothgar. We're strong, but we may not be that strong.
No wasted time in slaughtering Gith elitists. The Gith elite, if you will. That is for the good of the universe. Tell me, where are the rest of our people? Are you the only one?
They are scattered through the Astral Plane.
Do they not assemble?
It is difficult. The Gith send search parties out looking for them.
The mind flayers in return send their heads.
We've had a few victories, but we are not organized like we used to be.
Have the Gith come here before?
They have not found this place.
How is it that you're able to protect yourself if they have people roaming, looking for your kind?
Because their powers are weak. They choose not to see this place.
Can you help us get into the prison unseen?
I can.
Or do you have any ideas how we might do that?
There is
hold back on any ideas that feature a giant badger.
There is a human who resides in a small portion of the city where outsiders and many of these, and he points to the guy on your shoulder, outcasts or slugs they're called, reside. They live in tunnels. I can direct you to this human. He is very eccentric, but may know a way to get in.
So typical human by our encounters.
Yeah.
So you guys want to do that, or you want to try to find a black robe or dark robe? What were they called?
Dark. Yeah.
Dark robe.
It seems like the organization of the Dark Robes is too complicated to necessarily trust that any particular black robe may be interested in working with us.
Yeah,
Minister Rutt may have enemies amongst the black robes, but that does not mean that any of them would necessarily be willing to work with outsiders such as we.
Plus, it's a little too much like an actual plan for our style.
We can't buck tradition now, can we?
I'm more in favor of trying to sneak into the prison by the help of eccentric humans.
I also think that would be the most wise.
Yeah, how many other races are there besides the Gith? How common are they?
in the city proper, other than this small little portion, not at all. They have cracked down since the war. If you were to enter any part other than this area I'm talking about, you would be seized.
And taken to prison, perhaps?
Probably not that prison. You would be taken elsewhere.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, at least talking to this human, maybe we can get more information.
Yeah.
Yes. It would be most helpful if we could obtain a crude map of the city, since it is so large.
Do you have any imprint of it from eating this fellow's brain?
Not that I recall, but it could come to me in any moment.
Yeah. So there's your crude picture that Cubnaz kind of sprawls on the ground. The very bottom there is what he's talking about. That's the place where a lot of the Gith slaves are, and outsiders, where he says this human is.
The very bottom?
The very bottom. In the middle, where it looks like there's a square, that's the old Lich Queen's keep, or where she resided, and that's the prison he's talking about.
But the minister is in one of those towers, right?
Yeah, he works in the Conquest Spire.
Which one is that?
That one is. Actually, I wrote that one down. Where did you go, dude? No. Conquest 5. Oh yeah. It's in the That's interesting. Where'd it go? Can you guys see it, or did it vanish?
It vanished, but it's not that hard to remember.
Okay, it was in the top right.
Is it a circle?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The map looked enough like a penguin that I can remember it.
They do kill gods, so.
Okay, so let's head to the human. Unless we need something else.
Wasn't expecting this place to be here, so. You know, maybe Moonflower can get a little more brain for the road.
Let's ask, what should I do with this fucker?
He just says, drop him on the ground.
May I have a piece of brain jerky to go?
Not a problem. And he walks over, and the Gith is still kind of like sitting, kind of twisting on the ground, and he grabs him and pulls off the metal cap and reaches in and pulls out another piece and hands it to you.
Thank you. And before we depart, you never asked my name. Is that because you already know it?
Yes, I do.
Do you know where my uncle Leota has went?
I do not recall. Probably to the north.
Let's see. Is there a sense of directions in the astral plane? Like we saw toward.
Yeah, for you would know which way that was.
Oh, okay. How about any of my other family? It has been so long since I've seen them.
If you were to head north, I think that you would run into them.
The entire clan up north.
Yes.
South. West from where we are at.
Yeah.
Yeah, to which one? It's south.
It's south of you.
Okay. What legacy, now that since I've been gone so long amongst our people, do they ever think, do they care? Or have I been forgotten?
You are a mind flayer. You will never be forgotten.
Who are you again?
That thing. Thank you.
He returns.
Players, when they depart each other, they will hold their tentacles will hold each other as a show of affection. So I went and go and hold his tentacles.
Okay.
As an avatar, though.
I just asked, do you need some alone time, or what's going on here?
He reaches out his free tentacles and touches your beard. The more, the merrier.
No thanks. As I kick the gif on the way out.
Get your foot stuck in his like head hole.
Yeah. The brains on my feet.
All right.
Thank you and good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Head on out toward the slums.
Okay. So the city looks to be 100 miles to the south.
Guess we better get it.
Should have brought the airship. Although it can only fly, I guess, 30 feet above the ground. And you get stuck. Start walking like 4 days.
So as you guys leave his little hut, he is standing there at the door, and you guys look in the distance and see how far that the city is, and he says, if you wish it to be closer, it will be. He gets a quick touch of your beard again and closes the door.
Gonna have to fucking wash this thing.
Matilda's going to be so jealous.
We're gonna have to rebraid it.
Rothgar.
Yeah,
He has blessed you. It
Has
is a
he?
great honor.
doesn't feel like it.
Well, it is a gesture that mind flayers almost never do to outsiders.
Aren't I the lucky one?
Probably because you were merciful to them in that attack.
No. Did he know about that?
He may.
Yeah, whatever. That'll teach me to be considerate of other people.
Yeah, I'm not
True.
quite sure why, of all the creatures and enemies that we faced, Rothgar, you chose the mind flayers that we were fighting to be merciful.
It's not the first time I've not killed something.
First time since Soul Wrench has been around that you've not killed something.
Oh, well, we've been going up against some dangerous shit. Those guys were just wrong place, wrong time. Bad decisions made for them.
Right, like when they tried to kill us.
Yeah, obviously it was a terrible idea. Don't try and kill me. It doesn't end well for anybody.
So let's all click our heels together and wish for this city to be a lot closer.
So, maybe we can walk towards the city, and every step we take, it touches like
Every wish you make.
kind of like
I'll be watching you.
For those spellcasters, if you want to burn a spell slot, you can make the city closer.
I only got 2.
At a higher spell slot, you can bring somebody along.
I only have 2 as well. Fuck you, Rothgar.
Mine are only first.
How far? How far is the city?
100 miles.
We just wish real hard. I'll just look at the city. I'm just like, fucking get over here. Let's give it a shot. You never know.
I'll spend a 3rd level spell slot on me and Rothgar and Soul Wrench. There's also off an opportunity, or we left Elroth behind. Did we take opportunity?
Not knowing this area, I probably would have left opportunity to just go run free for a little bit.
So I'll spend a spell slot to take the extra 2 along.
And does that mean if I spend a 2nd level spell slot, then I can just take Theria?
You just need a first level. You can just use 1 spell slot, because for you can just do it anyway.
Oh, okay. Now I'll use 1 spell slot.
Okay.
Then I'll look back and say, see, it worked.
And as you believe that the city is right in front of you, it appears right in front of you.
Space
Yeah,
The lights are bright. There's a lot of different stone structures. Some look like heads, like statues. And there appears no one is around.
And we're on the southern
I
end.
asked,
Yeah.
I asked Moonflower if it's just us that are not seeing anybody, or does he not see anybody either?
Yeah, he doesn't see anybody yet. Let's.
Empty street, or we're still outside. We're still outside, so outside like walls.
Yeah, it's really not walls, just kind of like stone structures, like statues. Like think of Easter Island
Mm-hmm.
and like Stonehenge and stuff like that. Just like different structures like that.
I see. Are the statues decaying or like falling apart, or are they like well taken care of?
They appear to be weathered. I mean, you can kind of make out details on them, but not. I don't think really anybody's really taking care of them, but they certainly aren't falling apart.
Okay.
Let's just take a quick 5-minute break. I get something to drink.
Okay. Go back.
Does this Gith look more or less pathetic than how I perceive all the other Giths?
Yeah, he does look pathetic. Yes.
Yeah, but like especially pathetic, or
No, just your standard pathetic, like beckoning to come this way.
Does he have a white van?
A white van. This is free candy on the side.
Free brain. Come on, just get in the van.
seems legit. Let's go for it.